Tonight on 8 out of 10 Cats, Great Scott, it's Lorraine Kelly. Give us a smile, it's Charlie Brooker. And their team captain, John Richardson. And facing them tonight, double trouble, it's Jedward. London calling, it's Micky Flanagan. And their team captain, Sean Locke. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, 9% of men have beeped their car horn at a girl in the street? Well, they're not called hooters for nothing. 23% of Englishmen are overweight, and that 23% is hanging over their belt. And according to a survey, reading Mills and Boon books ruins your love life. Not true. You don't need to put the book down, love. I can work around it. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 3 most popular talking points. Sean, Micky, Jedward, what do you think the nation have been talking about?
Okay, everyone's talking about loads of cool things.
Everyone's always talking.
And those girls always gossiping about like stuff. So, what do you think, John?
Okay.
What are people talking about?
Whoop, whoop. Sean.
The Beckhams had a baby, another baby.
The Beckhams, yeah, had a little.
Come on, Victoria Beckham had a baby.
Like, think about, okay, she has a baby, okay, and she looks so, like, she's so thin. And then
I know, she looked
baby,
a little bit like a snake that had swallowed something.
No, I think she looks really, really well. I think Victoria Beckham, if you're watching this, which you obviously are, good job.
On the airplane, on the...
Do you know how babies are made?
I don't know, I think it's about, like, there's like an eagle that
We
can...
missed that class in school.
You missed a lot of classes.
Yeah.
Although your school was different, it was mainly potato painting. Let's get back to the Victoria Beckham.
It's a caesarean, wasn't it?
Yeah,
she had a caesarean, which is typical Spice Girl. They always miming, aren't they?
She's had 4 caesareans.
Yeah, she
Might as well just put a hinge.
There are very few things more boring than going to see someone's baby, though, isn't it? You know, when they say, oh, you've got to come out and see the baby, you think, oh, for fuck. And you go, yeah, it is one. You're all right. Yeah. Well done, you had a bunk up.
But it's the name. The name's a very strange
What do they,
one.
they
Don't you
it?
think? It's just a really weird thing. to call
7.
you- Yeah.
Harper 7. Sounds like a robot butler. The news was suddenly full of sort of little stories saying, what does it mean? Like it's a competition and we're going to win a sort of golden rabbit that's been buried in a forest if we work it out. But if it's a contest that the Beckhams are setting, I don't think the clues are going to be very difficult. Wasn't the name 7 chosen? I thought it was chosen from the number 7 being on his shirt. So, I mean, if he was naming it after something on its shirt, it's lucky it wasn't called Beckham.
How did you come up with your name?
Jedward.
You didn't come up with your name, did you?
We didn't,
The
okay,
Sun
everyone
came
started
up with your
calling
name,
us
didn't they?
it.
The Sun came
No,
up
our
with you.
fans came up with our name.
News of the world came up with it.
You're not in Home Alone, stop doing that.
No, okay, it's John and Edward, and they both come together. You didn't know.
Okay, as you guys know, okay, we met Barack Obama, okay, and he was like... Yeah.
You're joking.
His hand shook Barack Obama's hand.
Yeah, like,
Why?
If anyone wants to
Why
touch
did
it,
that-
you can.
Just,
You're
sorry,
tainted
just
then.
out of his, why did you meet him?
we met the biggest world leader in the world, okay, and he was like, so what is Jedward? And we told him that it's John and Ed and you put together, and it makes Jedward.
But why, was he lost or something? How did this happen?
Yeah.
Did Barack Obama open the wrong door and get lost? Go, what's going on there? And he switched the light on, then you two are there. How did it happen?
You told him the Jedward story and he didn't go back to America and say, from now on I am Obama.
All the biggest people in Ireland were there. Daniel Day-Lewis was there, Gabriel Byrne was there, we were there. He skipped everyone, walked straight to us, and Michelle Obama was there also.
Bono wasn't there.
Yeah, it was too
He was
cool.
on tour.
Bono was probably in your dressing room going... question?
Of course you can.
That's not going to change anything. You'll be surprised to find that my memory is not wiped out by that. Yours may be. But do they not hit kids in Ireland?
Let's have a look and see whether the Beckham baby is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, Victoria Beckham has had her baby. Doctors offered Victoria gas and air, but she said she wasn't that hungry. John, Charlie, Lorraine, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
We think the obvious one is phone hacking.
The phone hacking scandal, yeah.
It was the last news of the world last Sunday,
Yep.
and they ended with the words, paedophiles will now sleep easily in their beds. Slightly overplaying their role and encouraging the most lazy police work ever on Monday. Just knocking on people's doors. I just wondered how you slept last night. Like a log, you filthy pedo scum.
It was very sort of self-congratulatory, the final issue of the News of the World. Did you read it?
I had to buy it. I was reviewing it for a paper, and I had to get up early. I went at 7:30 a.m. to a newsagent's, and there was a really weird atmosphere in there where no one was looking each other in the eye, like we'd all stumbled across the corpse of a dead bear in the forest, and we were all queuing up to have sex with it.
Oh, you know that feeling.
Yeah. Had little farewell messages from readers dotted throughout it, saying things like, "Oh, I'll miss mine. It was a part of my ritual on a Sunday afternoon. I'd eat my roast and then I'd sit there and soak up all the hate, judge all these famous women I didn't know and find them lacking, rifle through the voicemails of the bereaved. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to have to desecrate graves of a Sunday." It was a really weird publication to read.
I think what's really interesting about this is Rupert Murdoch really hasn't got the message at all. He thinks by making these gestures like closing the News of the World and pulling out the B-Sky B bid, it's going to calm everything down. And he hasn't got the message. It's not the News of the World or News International that's toxic. It's him. People hate him. And they want him to piss off. They do. Everyone's sick of him.
It's like the moment... There's been a really weird atmosphere that everyone can suddenly talk about Murdoch, and it's like when an arsehole leaves the room. What an arsehole. And he's all got... Rupert Murdoch's gone physically withered all of a sudden. I don't know if you've noticed, he looks 100 years old all of a sudden.
He's gone very Mr. Burns this week.
It's like a Doctor Who monster, that they've discovered one of his sort of soul-harvesting portals and destroyed it, and he's losing energy.
What if my phone's been hacked?
Yeah, we never get really phone messages.
I imagine the bloke who hacked into your phone is now in an institution.
Hello, Tom, it's Jedward. No, hang on, I'm next to you, I'll ask you.
What, sorry?
We only have one phone,
We share one phone.
so it'd be like us, but...
And we had, like, other phones, but they
keep
were...
losing them.
Someone's told you it's a phone.
It's a conch.
It's a bar of fruit and nut. Their manager said
It's a mobile. It's your... Sorry. Hang on a second, Sean. I think you probably do have... Guys, you've got a mobile, but it's above the bed, isn't it?
I was brought up in a world where you just never spoke on the phone.
How do you mean you never spoke on the phone?
You never spoke. I don't mean you talked, but you never spoke on the phone. You didn't talk about activities that you might be up to.
Yes.
Not on the phone.
Because your phone was in the hallway.
No, because
And your mum might walk past. You'll be going, yeah, what are you wearing? Fish fingers, thanks.
You just never said anything on the phone that might incriminate you. It was just a sort of thing that you never did.
You were brought up not incriminating yourself. As a child.
Because my dad was a sort of criminal.
Oh, right, OK, I understand.
No one ever spoke on the phone. So, and we had a saying in our house where if there was anyone within earshot, my mum would say, earwigs at the rhubarb. And we all knew what she meant. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. So, No one ever said to Murdoch, earwigs at the rhubarb.
Do you write for The Sun?
I do. I've got a column for The Sun.
Will you still?
Yeah, I will. It's the hardest thing I do all week. Seriously, and I'd actually
Morally
think it's...
or actual work-wise?
I really enjoy doing it because it's a huge, you know, it's a platform. There's lots and lots of people read it, and nothing that I've ever written, none of it is ever not put in. You know, and I can write whatever I like.
I don't imagine you're writing anything that sort of... This week, Lorraine
Oh, you
Kelly's
don't know?
wanker list.
No, I don't. Well, you might not call it that. It's probably in there. Yeah.
You can't beat The Sun or the News of the World for coverage of things like a massacre. Like when Raoul Moat was on the loose, you didn't get the Telegraph or the Mail because you knew The Sun would have a picture of him at 8 with an ice cream. They would go to lengths that other papers won't go to. They'll find that picture of him. So you've got a picture on the front, like, the level of journalism, they'll push it, and that's what you want when there's something like that going on.
Did you see that when Raoul Moat was doing his rampage, they literally, in The Sun, printed a photo of him as a baby and said, 9-month-old Raoul Moat, his fists are already curled with rage.
Let's have a look and see whether the news of the world is one of the most talked about things this week. It will, of course, be. Yes, the most talked about thing this week. With her trademark ginger mane, distinctive sense of style and unmistakable looks, Rebecca Brooks is very much scum. Right, one thing still to get, fingers on buzzers.
Yes, a button, yeah, press it. Oh.
All the camera picked up then is him leaning over and you going,
oh.
What do you think, guys, what do you think? Big story in the news this week.
I was only testing the buzzer.
Oh, yeah, you're winning with the lottery thing.
Tell me more.
You won 161 million. Imagine, though, if you didn't want any publicity. If you know, you can tick a box, can't you? And you say, I don't want any publicity. How would you keep 161 million quiet? How would you do that?
Sign on.
The thing about it, it's 161 million, but they actually don't get the 161 million. They have to wait for like years upon years to get all the money.
And they have to
don't
like pay tax.
No. No, they won £162 million. They get a cheque for £162 million.
And who gives it to them?
Who gives it to them?
The lottery people.
A news agent. Yep, that's all right. Here you go.
If I had 162 million, I would hire every private investigator in the world and get them to follow Rupert Murdoch.
It'd be worth using 160 million to buy B Sky B and then just stand on air looking at him like that.
Looking at you two, I think if you won it, something to do with space.
Well, we'd split between us.
You spend it on a rocket. Would you like to go into space?
I want to like get
I want to be an astronaut, go to space.
But you have to get flights there now. And
You have to get flights there?
yeah, you're...
No, you don't. We could propel you
You
there.
can get in the thing, and you're virgin.
Yeah, but that's if you want to come back.
Jimmy, leave them alone. They're on my team.
Sorry, Sean.
We could live on the moon. Like, imagine us living on the moon. Like, imagine, imagine you go to a website and you can just see us, like, living on it. We're like...
Hold on a sec, I'm just going to do that.
OK, let's have a look and see whether Euromillions is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, a British ticket has won the Euromillions jackpot. The Euromillions winner is 430th on the UK Rich list and #1 on the UK Jammy Bastard list. At the end of that round, John's team have 1 point, Sean's team have 2.
Yes, we're winners!
Welcome back to 8 out of 10 Cats. Our next round is Pick of the Polls. Sean, Micky, Jedward. Pick a question.
Let's go for the man in the mask.
OK, you've chosen the mugger. Here is a clip.
Is he a mugger?
Yes, he
That's
is.
a bit judgmental.
Here's a clip to illustrate the question.
I've developed a practical, easy-to-learn self-defense program for seniors. In this segment, we want to teach you how to defend yourself against a rear low-section bear hug attack. Low section means that the attacker is grabbing you about the elbows. It is not possible to throw the arms off. In this case, you would step to your left, reaching back with your right hand through testicles and squeezing. Or you could step to your right, reaching back with your left hand, grabbing testicles and squeezing. In this case here, the first thing that's very good to do is to take your forehead and bang as hard as you can on the person's nose. A second thing that's a real possibility is step to the side, take your hand, grab testicles, and squeeze.
Jackie Chan would never do that, okay? He'd like totally like just go psh, 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 wah, wah, take him down anyway.
Yeah, but they wouldn't do. Can I just point something out to you? They wouldn't make an instructive self-defense video for Jackie Chan. This is for people who aren't Jackie Chan. The idea is helping old people who get attacked. You know when you go out and you attack old people?
OK, now here's your related question. If attacked, most people would leave a friend to fend for themselves. True or false?
Imagine you're being attacked, Kate. The friend has to help, so he has to run off and get help.
Oh, what's that? What's that? Earwigs at the rhubarb.
It's all to do, I suppose, with a friend, isn't it? Because we've all got friends who are complete arseholes. You always keep one in your life, don't you? And you hope that one day they'll shape up and you go out with them and they're still an arsehole. And they get you in trouble. That one, I'd probably go, I'll see you in a couple of years' time.
It's worth remembering, if you don't have one of those friends, it's you.
If you or John was attacked, would you help out?
The thing is, like, they might think
they might
come after John, thinking it's me, and then kill John. And I'll be like, it was meant to be me.
Why would they care which one?
I would totally help out. I wouldn't run off and be like, I'd totally take down the person and they'd be gone. I'd be like, go away, and they'd go away.
I'd like call
This is like... Go away!
Sure! John, if you were walking with a friend, imagine you had a friend, and... Well, because you live on your own. But if you were with a friend and you got attacked, what do you think?
Yeah, if I had a friend, I would fight to the death to keep hold of it. It'd probably be me doing the attacking. Never leave!
Okay, when the situation happens, okay, I'd know what I'm doing. Right now, I know what I was doing, but I will know what I'm doing if it ever happens.
Yeah, if you get attacked. Totally. Yeah, if it's like in an alleyway, someone jumps out with a knife, you would know.
Leave the area! Not welcome!
Would you defend someone, Charlie, if you were...
I might try. I might stick around and try and spark up a conversation with them, take their mind off it. But I'm not putting myself in physical harm for another human.
Haven't you just got married?
Yeah, well, it's a friend, not a wife. So is this based on... Is this a fact or an opinion? Is this like what people are saying they're going to do, or is it what people will actually do?
It's what they're saying.
Can't believe
I think they would.
If they're saying, it's easy to say you're going to do it. Of course they're going to say they're going to stick.
Well, you didn't. You said no. I won't bother.
I think you all would do it. You're just being cynical. I think all of you are gentlemen. You're gentlemen and you would. I would.
You think I would stay and defend a friend?
Yeah.
You, Lorraine, are a very poor judge of character.
Yeah. I was once out with some friends on a night out and we got attacked. And I went and got us a taxi. While the fight was ensuing, I thought there's going to need to be transport when this... when this finally settles down. And I was quite right. To
the hospital, please.
Yeah. Imagine, Jimmy, you'd go and get changed into your jeans, wouldn't you? Just in case. In case you get your clothes ruffled up. I am going to stick around and help you. I just need to change into my jeans.
Sean, I tell you, you say that. You're lucky I don't have my jeans on right now, or I'd come over there.
Oh, sure.
And I would...
Sort me out. You haven't got your bloody jeans on, have you?
Yeah, but otherwise...
Yeah.
They're new trousers, so...
You could rip your top like Superman.
Are you asking to see Lorraine's boobies? I didn't know if you were looking at me. Can you rip your top?
Lorraine's a lady and she wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's not nice, Kay. Lorraine's totally cool.
Well, they're also very bad judges of character.
You do say you use cool a lot.
I know, because...
You use too much.
I know,
you
but
want to use cool about, I reckon, 30% less.
I don't say cool anymore.
if I was focused, really focused, if I got in the zone, I was totally
Try not to
focused.
say cool for about 10 minutes. See how you get on.
Okay.
Just a little challenge.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Genuinely didn't mean that.
You didn't.
OK, so let's get the answer. So, if attacked, most people would leave a friend to fend for themselves. Are you saying true or false?
False.
False.
Yeah, people would be good.
True. True?
True, because everyone's a winner.
Yeah, I think it's true.
I can tell you, the answer is false. Yeah, only 5% of people would leave their friend to fend for themselves. In situations like that, I just let my fist do the talking. Please let me go. I don't like it. And the winner is the name of our final round. And this is your question. Top thing Brits pretend to know about.
Although it's Brits, if it was British men pretended to know, it would be their way around girly bits.
Their way around girly bits.
Because a lot of men don't know.
Like Jedward fans watching this, they're not like know any of this type of stuff going on.
They won't know anything. They won't know what's going on.
Any of our fans watching this, okay, close their ears.
Have you guys had sex?
Have you two had sex?
No, they had sex.
Oh, with someone else. Fine, fine. You can ask that. Well, let's ask you in a nice way. Have you got girlfriends?
No, not right now.
Couple of volunteers.
We have respect for girls. We actually have so much fun. Like, everything we do, we have so much fun. Like, you don't have to, like, drink or smoke to have fun.
Yeah, but you just go like that.
Wow!
Babies do.
OK, top thing British people pretend to know about.
They pretend to know about politics.
That's the right answer.
Yeah.
The top thing Brits pretend to know about is politics. I lost interest in politics when I found out a stimulus package isn't what I thought it was. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Micky and Jedward have 2 points. John, Lorraine and Charlie have 3. They're the winners. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and all of you for watching at home. That's it for us. Good night.